Capricorn, you are represented by the Knight of Cups and the Empress. So for some of you, there's water energy. This could be Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Sun, Moon, or Rising, male or female, or just the traits of the Knight are important. For some of you, there could be a strong tie to a Taurus person. The Knight of Cups says that there's some kind of proposal, agreement, or offer that may be important. This could be a very emotional period, perhaps an intuitive, creative, or psychic time for you. You may be focused on a visit of some sort or an invitation, some kind of offer. And for some of you, this ties to some form of amusement, perhaps a holiday or some kind of social event. It could be a welcome agreement or some union or a new relationship. And the Empress focuses on your happiness, your success, and your well-being. It may also be tied to perhaps a project, the ideal feminine, or perhaps a maternal figure or role, or important women in the life, or your role as one. But this is some kind of agreement. And for some of you, perhaps you are really emotionally involved with somebody. Maybe you are falling in love. Maybe things are happening very quickly, more so than you expected or wanted to. The Knight of Cups is very romantic. He's an idealist. He's a dreamer. And he may be trying to champion the cause of the underdog. So there could be something, you may be very protective or creative or intuitive. And this could represent your ideal mate. Somebody who is tempting you, or someone that you are seduced by. Or perhaps this is somebody who is offering you some insight, something emotional. Maybe you're in therapy or you're involved with counseling of some sort. So this is about, having some intense desires. And somebody may be very romantic. They may be pulling out all of the stops in order to seduce or woo you, or you may feel very enchanted by this person. There's something going on where you feel you have this psychological edge to get what you want. Either you're going to outwit, an opponent. Maybe there's a rival after your love partner. Or you're going to, have the knowledge about how to win your heart's desire. And the Empress says that communication is going to be very important. The Empress is about, again, your happiness, your well-being. It's about enjoying the pleasures of life, the luxuries of life, both great and small. And for some of you, it's about cultivating something and working toward an end goal and putting in the work that's necessary, putting in the practical effort. And you're likely to see some results from that. As long as you're trying, you're going to make some headway. There's luck, there's opportunity. And if there's been any kind of difficulty, the Empress says you have the opportunity to smooth something over, to make it better, to improve your connections, or to find new ones, whatever it is that you need. As long as you're not apathetic and overindulgent, waiting for opportunities to come to you, rather than working and initiating those opportunities. The Empress gets into trouble when she rests on her laurels, when she has a sense of entitlement, when she becomes lazy or self-indulgent or apathetic, and when she goes to extremes. She goes too far in fulfilling her sense of pleasure without thinking of the price. She may be involved in a superficial relationship where the only end goal is to feel good. There's no real substance. And the Knight of Cups can mean that, one of you or both of you is not being completely honest with the other one. Something is not quite out on the table. So this may have to do with a decision, perhaps a secret decision. So somebody is keeping secrets. They're not revealing everything. And there could be an element of your relationship that is clandestine or secretive or hidden. It could be you're involved in a situation where discretion is going to be very important because of circumstances. And there may be some difficulty in reading the emotions of someone, but you are making a decision. It could be a decision about an agreement, a proposal, an offer. Maybe you're taking a secret trip or you're involved in a secret love affair. And again, it connects to your well-being, your health, what you want to manifest and your efforts toward that. Now, the romance is characterized by the Hierophant and the Ten of Pentacles. So for some of you, this has to do with your level of commitment to another person. The Ten of Pentacles speaks of long-term, into the future. So a long-lasting commitment. And so for some of you, this may mean marriage. You may be offering someone marriage. Maybe you've made a decision to get married and you're keeping that, under wraps. This is about being very productive. There may be a pursuit, a common goal that you have, or with regard to your partner, and this could be a time where you make a lot of headway, a prolific, fertile period for you where a lot is accomplished. But this is also, in some cases, where you're looking at the history of your connection to another person. The past has a bearing on the present and the future. And the Hierophant shows up because there are levels of expectations, demands within the relationship. One of you is expected to conform to something that is acceptable to both of you. And that may be an issue. In fact, this could be a period of high drama where somebody is not doing what's expected. They're falling short. They're not delivering the goods one too many times. It could be some inconsistencies in behavior, in speech, in action. And now there's a cost to be paid because of that. So for some of you, there's going to be some gossip, some accusations that somebody has been misrepresenting. Intentions will be questioned. And these may center around shared assets or investments. It could be marital concerns, issues with children, estrangements within the family, issues of inheritance, taxes. In the positive, you want a long-term commitment. You are very devoted. You're willing to protect not only yourself, but those that are closest to you. And you may be involved in discussions that center around money or finances. But again, for others of you, there's some expectations that have not been met. Somebody is not following, they're not conforming to the rules. So you may need to break out of a rut. It could be that there's been a history of very rigid thinking. Somebody has been inflexible. They've been dogmatic about something, stubborn. And so there may be a need to move in another direction, to break out of the box, be more original, be more innovative. But in other cases, somebody has been renegade, and there's a price to pay because of that. And this may have to do with seeking some kind of adventure. And it could be that as a result, there's an ending and a rebirth, a transformation of some sort. Something about your relationship is going to change, and you may not recognize it, as the same relationship. In some cases, maybe you're dealing with issues of death. Maybe you're going over inheritance or wills or legacies. In other cases, this is about letting something go, releasing something, surrendering to some kind of circumstance, and opening yourself up to some new horizons. In the process, again, it may be uncomfortable. You may be pushing personal boundaries. You may be pushing emotional boundaries. But there's some kind of change taking place where there's a new perception and possibly the need to have a reality check and to wake up. Now, why is this occurring?